Hello, everybody. Welcome back on into the channel. My name is Mad Viking King, and welcome back to Words Are Hard. Yes, the one thing that we all struggle with is common words, even if it's your main language. And if you enjoy the video, feel free to slap that like button, hit the subscribe. It really helps out the channel more than you'll ever know. I have with me a special guest on today's show. She is awkward. She's a monster because she's a beast. She's a goddess. Give it up for Awkward Monsters! How are we feeling? How are we doing? Great to have you here, by the way. So, thank you again for stopping on in. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you. How are you doing today?
I am doing absolutely peachy, you know. I got some bubble gum stuck in my hair, you know. A little kid just threw it there, and now and then this happened. It just you ever have that happen?
I've had that happen a couple of times. I've had the bubble gum, the pink bubble gum.
Yeah.
All of it, yeah.
Did it ever turn like this? Like it just gets
not quite that pink, but I think it looks great on you. A little bit of peanut butter might help. Just get a
little bit
big
of
old
peanut butter. Okay, so that I like that a lot. Well, hey, welcome on in to the show. By the way, for those of you watching, you're more than welcome to check out Awkward Monsters platforms. They will be in the description down below, as well as anything, you know, comments or questions you guys have. Let me know any way I can improve the show with a better experience. That really does help out in the long run. And like I said before, slap that subscribe button. It really helps. The channel has grown fantastically, and I have a huge amount of ideas what's going to happen in the future. Now, Awkward, we're going to be picking at your brain, all right? We're going to dive into your life, you know, of content creating and everything else. But I always ask this because I think this is a very important question for everybody to know, and that is, where did your name Awkward Monsters even come from? Because, like, that's got a whole, like, I love it. Like, for some reason, when I first met you, it reminded me of, like, Monsters Incorporated. You know? I don't know why, but, like, I saw that. Mike Mizowski.
I get a lot of Monsters Incorporated, and I get a lot of, like, Real Monsters from the 90s. Awkward Monsters. So, funny enough, it all started back in the old Xbox days. My original gamer tag was like Shadow Day 2680, and I used to get really annoyed because I'd be playing COD or something, and everyone would call me a little boy, and I was like, I'm a girl. I'm not a child. I was like so upset. So then I changed my name to Little Miss Awkward because I was like, oh, I'm short, so like little makes sense, and I'm really awkward as a person. So like that all fits, right? Well, then I started getting really annoyed because everyone started like immediately talking trash to me because they knew that I was a girl on the internet playing video games. So then I was like, okay, never mind, we're changing the name again.
Back then it was different. It was a different beast, you know, especially you said Call of Duty, right?
Yes, Call of Duty.
Yeah, I remember those days. It was a nasty time for sure. It was very unhinged. So that's where it all came from. So you like started off as Little Awkward.
I was Little Miss Awkward, yeah.
Okay.
And so I then took Awkward, and I was like, well, what are some things I like? I like dinosaurs, I like ghosts, and I used Shadow before, and so I was like, well, those are all kind of like monstery type things. And I was like, oh, Awkward Monster. But the singular was taken, so I became the plural, Awkward Monsters.
Oh, got you. Okay. So Awkward probably became because, like, you know, like you felt awkward because it's like, oh, wow. Just getting like, you know, just like everything like happening. Like, so you said like you was getting like what they was calling you and everything. That was like, oh, like that is a very awkward situation. No pun intended, by the way.
Yeah, no, it really is. Yeah. Lots of the old stereotypical, like, "Go make me a sandwich, get back in the kitchen." I was like, "Okay, I'm done. I'm good with this."
Yeah,
I'd rather
that's
them think that
it's
I'm a child
awful.
instead.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
it's really
I mean,
unfortunate.
it is. It's a terrible, terrible thing, but I want you to know, like, you don't deserve that, and I love your face. And when it comes to anything
Love
like
you
that,
too.
you don't gotta worry about that. You know what I
It's
mean?
okay, they didn't bring me down, I still play shooter games, they didn't bring me down.
Yeah, and I bet you're really good at them too. Like, what kind of shooters have you been playing as of late?
I play a lot of lately, I've been very addicted to Valorant,
Okay.
you know, real professional there. I play some, Fortnite sometimes, some Overwatch. I haven't played COD since the original Warzone, just because it doesn't feel the same anymore, but
Yeah.
Valorant, I've been really into some Valorant lately.
So you like competitive shooters?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of competitive well, I started playing Valorant probably, like, 6 months ago or so, and I just started playing competitively about 2 months ago? No, 2 months ago is not right. The end of last season is when I started playing competitively, which was only a handful of months ago, and I got bronze 3 last season, and now I'm silver 1 currently,
Oh,
and I'm
let's go.
trying to rank up there. I'm almost silver
Okay.
2, so close I can taste it, but I've been
It's
taking
just
a
like
break
that,
from it.
like that. It's so
Just
good, right?
just
Chef's kiss. It's
it's
so
some good
good.
soup,
It's
good
it's
soup.
good. It's good soup, right?
It's
So,
so
all
good.
right. So you play competitive games. When it comes to Fortnite, I actually just recently got into it because one of our friends, H2O Melon Warlord, he had a little thing, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you wanna join me on my birthday stream?" And I'm like, "Dude, that's awesome." He's like, "Yeah, we're playing
I love that,
Fortnite.
I love that.
We're playing Fortnite." And I'm like, "Oh." I mean, all right, I want to support my friend. So, I mean, I don't like personally, I don't do competitive games. Like, and if I did, I'm the guy that everybody hates because I don't take it seriously. Like, I mean, I like to have fun when I'm playing video games. That's all.
Those are both the best teammates and sometimes the worst teammates. As long
It
as you
depends.
have a
It's
good
scenario.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on the scenario, but for the
I mean, I
most part,
can get
especially
sweaty.
playing competitively, it can be
Right.
fun still to have someone messing around. It keeps you in that good
It's
feel-good
having
mood
that
of both.
balance, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, that's fair. So, my first question, other than that, I now know where awkward monsters came from, so now everybody knows that. Is if you could have literally any snack in the world right now, like in an instant, what would it be? Any snack. You actually, yes.
Nacho cheese Doritos, baby! I've got them at my desk.
I
My
was,
favorite.
I
If
was,
I had to choose something that wasn't on my desk, I would
I
say
love,
Oreos, but
I love how you. I was, I
I'm
wasn't
like, hold on.
expecting. Because like I feel defeated as a host because like when I said in the world, I was hoping for like, oh, maybe something in Japan or like this or that, like something not common. And you just like, that's what I love about doing this, is that you don't know, like I don't know where it comes with like who I bring on here. That's that's
Just
amazing.
some
Thank.
nacho cheese
Just
Doritos.
nacho cheese Doritos. My
Yeah,
God. Okay.
they're my favorite. They're so good.
I couldn't tell you what my favorite snack. I bounce around, honestly. I've been trying to do like healthier things like mandarin oranges. Like
That'll
like
work.
a can. Yeah, I'm trying to be a little bit
Yeah.
more healthy, but when I snack nachos and cheese,
I'm really
that's
bad at being healthy, so most of my snacks are very unhealthy.
it's all I
I love
mean,
popcorn. Popcorn's really good too.
you ever had popcorn with nachos and cheese? It sounds weird. All right. Now
Like,
hear me out.
not at the same time, no.
Yeah,
No. Sorry,
like
I
the
didn't hear that.
cheese. I'm saying like the actual cheese used for nachos, right?
Oh, like
And then
popcorn and nacho cheese.
yes.
No, but I've
It's a
had
thing.
popcorn with, like, white cheddar seasoning, and it's
Yes.
really good. I've
I'm
just
not
never
even
had
kidding
it
with it.
with cinnamon.
I don't know what it is. I tried it when my friends told me. I said, that's weird. No, it is spectacular.
It sounds like it would be really good. It sounds like it would be good.
I don't know. Cheese is one of those like addicting tastes in the world. Like it's like
I love
one of those things. Yeah, it's just great, right? Sorry
I could
to if
eat
you're
cheese all
lactose
day.
intolerant and you're watching this. No! No,
I suffer
awkward!
through it. I suffer through
Oh
it. You know,
God!
I'm not regularly lactose intolerant, like, I wasn't born that way, but I am
Right.
one of those people that as I'm getting older, I'm
Uh-huh.
becoming more and more lactose intolerant.
Got you.
Which is super unfortunate for my tummy, but, I until I can't any longer, I will continue to suffer through it because I
Bro,
love
fight the power. I mean, as long as it doesn't damage your health and like you're able to, yeah, just take advantage of it while you can, right?
that's what I'm saying. As long as it's okay, maybe you poop a little more, then I'm fine, like, there could be worse things in the world, it's okay.
Oh, absolutely, hands down. All right, so we know where your name came from. Doritos, not just. Are you now? Is that actually your favorite snack? Would you say?
No, yeah, it's actually
Okay,
my favorite snack. Like, my
gotcha.
go-to is always Doritos. Sometimes I'll switch up the flavor, maybe some spicy nacho, maybe some Cool Ranch, but for the most
Ooh.
part, Doritos or
Mm-hmm.
chips in general are a very much so a go-to for me.
Fair
I've
enough.
been getting into popcorn a lot more lately. A little sea salt, like, crushed into your popcorn bag if you don't have
Ooh.
buttered popcorn,
Right.
some sea salt in that. Oh my goodness, forget
Oh,
about it.
I've
It's
actually, yeah,
delicious.
I have tried that. We've done that like you see that at carnivals when
Mhm.
they don't have butter and like they just sprinkle some salt. Especially if you've ever had Himalayan salt. That's
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 what I got in my
if you're
cabinet.
watching this video right now and you don't know what Himalayan salt is, pause the video. Well, ate for it and you I love how you played along. We didn't
I
even rehearse that.
feel the big day.
You are a fantastic guest, by the way. Like, we just started this, and you're doing absolutely wonderful. I just want to say.
Thank
Well, let's get into the nitty gritty of things, because the people want to know about awkward monsters, right?
you.
So let's talk about first thing. You got this whole thing going on in your room, okay?
Yeah,
Which I've never actually had the chance to sit down with you and talk about. So,
yeah,
like, did anything come from your community that is in the background by any chance? So
yeah.
is that
I
like
can
all
tell
the
you who the
plushies?
person these frogs came from, yes.
Oh, I
They're
mean,
all frogs in my frog collection,
okay.
and someone that we both know
Oh,
made me this frog, crocheted it. I think you know who I'm talking about.
is this a Miss Corvey by any chance?
Anonymous Corby, it's someone
Wait.
else that you and I both mutually know who this
Oh,
person is.
eyeliner.
Liner!
Yes, absolutely. That's amazing. Okay. That's awesome. So
Yeah.
all those froggies came from your community.
Yep, every single one of them came from someone from the community. Mhm.
I love that. That is, like that's one thing that like when it comes to being a creator, when you get to like display things in your room and it's from the community, I think that's one of like the biggest things that I cherish because I don't know about you, but like when you come into your studio and do you ever have those days? It's not going to be every day, but would you ever have those days where you walk into your studio and you're just like, wow, what happened? like you know what I mean? Like you see
Absolutely.
everything and then you do it. Um like it's an incredible feeling like no other.
It really is. 100%. I totally feel that. My studio is actually just a corner in my living room. But I
No
definitely
shots. It's so that
yeah, and
okay.
my other half setup is on the opposite corner of the living room because we're in
Right.
a very small apartment. It's only 600 square feet. So both
Mhm.
of our setups are uh like monitor back to monitor back. And
I
like we've
love
got
that.
a
I've seen
table's worth of
yeah.
Mhm.
I've seen those setups before, and I think it's adorable. Now, do you want to include anything about you and your significant other with this, or would you like to just talk about your community? Like, is there anything?
Well, I was gonna gonna say I actually because I wanna be able to show off more of the things because I have other
Right.
things that are over off to the side over here that were
Okay.
given to me by the community that I wanna be able to showcase, but we're gonna be moving by the end of the year because my other half is active military, and so we are getting restationed, and so I'm hoping that with the next setup, wherever we end up, I'll be able to get, like, a nice shelf that I can put in the background that I'll be able to show those things off a little bit more. But he's very much so involved in my streaming stuff. He's my tech guy,
I
you
love
know,
him.
so
I'm not going to like act like I don't know who your significant other is. Also we all thank him for his service, by the way. And for those of you that don't know, on the YouTube channel, I am also a disabled veteran as well. So, you know, that's awesome. Like, you know, yeah, y'all, when I met y'all, I knew there was like something there, and then like the more I got to know your significant other, Nar,
Mhm.
like with D&D sessions and like all these other things, like I was just like, wow, like it's crazy the friendships you build online. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
over the years, and then you might not talk every day, but like I've always seen it as true friendship. You don't have to talk every day necessarily, but you can pick up exactly where you left off in a
Oh,
conversation,
ab
or you know what I mean?
oh,
And
absolutely.
like, and it's like, you know, that's another thing I love about doing this show is that it also gives me an opportunity because these questions I come up with, you know, and I also think it would be good for other people to hear, but it also is like, I'm like, wow, I get to hang out with my friends. Like we get to, it's like what we'd be doing regularly in Discord, except, you know, like diving into y'all's minds instead and showcasing y'all, which I love to do. I think that's amazing. And
I love
I think I would just really hope this goes well, like with the show. And again, I just thank you again and everybody watching this video for being here. It really means a lot.
I'm excited to see what you do with everything because I think you could go great places with this,
Oh, I
and
appreciate
it
that.
no, really though, I think that you could do really cool things with this, and I'm really excited to see what you do with it and how far you go with it. I'm very excited to see your future endeavors, my friend.
I mean, same to you, you know, same to all of our friends. We all want, you know, our friends to succeed and on their journeys. Speaking of which, journey wise, which leads me to my next question. What exactly, and this is going to be kind of vague, so bear with me, but like, what exactly do you think pulled you into the content creating world where like there was something that maybe someone told you, a friend that supported you, maybe it was like you playing a game and then someone suggested like, hey, there's this streaming thing, there's YouTube, there's platforms. So what got the ball rolling for your career?
The very OG, what got the ball rolling, you're gonna laugh, is actually not just as simple as saying like, "Oh, like what made you wanna start streaming?" I have been wanting to do content creation since I was very young. I had a very close group of friends when we were in elementary school that all lived in the same like area. And we used to record what were going to be our YouTube videos because we were going to be big YouTube stars. And so we would shoot videos on my terrible little, like, it was like Cool Pix camera. And we
I
would,
remember,
we'd
yeah.
record them. I would edit them on, like, my Windows Movie Maker, and,
Yes, I
we'd add,
remember
like
that.
we'd add, like, little filters on some of them and stuff, and, my friend and I were in a band together. I played electric
Oh,
keyboard, and I sang, and, she sang and did guitar, and we used to write music together,
this is what I'm talking about.
so
I get to learn. No, keep going. I'm not trying to interrupt, but like this is what I'm talking about. Like getting the so. Oh, keep going. I'm gonna keep these questions in my
this
brain for
is
you. I love
so
this. Keep going.
content creation has been something that I've always wanted to do.
Uh huh.
I just didn't think that it was just, like, possible for anyone to actually really get into, until I got a little bit older, but, like, when we were in high school, this same friend and I, we actually recorded what we called Australian Idol, which was American Idol, but, like, we made our own, like, parody version of it for a school project. I don't remember anything about the project, but we asked our teacher, we're like, "Hey, instead of writing an essay, can we record a video for you instead? And our teacher kept that video and asked us if she could use it for years to come. And she did use it years after, to like show people how you could be a little more creative with your assignments sometimes, you know? And it's always been something that we've wanted to do. It's always been something that I've been interested in. And so it's been a long time coming.
That's spectacular. Like everything, like years to come, and like they still use your that's all. You must be proud of that, right?
Oh,
Like to be able, like that's. I feel like that's an accomplishment alone by itself.
as a freshman in high school, it was super embarrassing to, like, see all the people in my class watch it, but at the same time, it was really cool because they were
It's like
watching
deep
our video.
down, like you felt, you know, it was like, oh, this is awesome. But then, like, even deeper down, you're like, I don't know how I feel about this. I'm just gonna go hide under a little rock, and I'm just gonna do my thing. You know what I mean? Just be like a little hermit and just be like, turtle. You just gotta. You know, you ever seen Master? You ever seen Master of Disguise?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so we're gonna have some fun right now. I want you to give me that impression. Okay.
Can you give me 5 seconds
Yes.
if I go grab something off of my couch really quick?
I am absolutely down for that. Yeah, you go ahead. Yeah, absolutely. While Awkward Monsters is doing that, again, like, thank y'all so much for stopping by the channel. I do want to say that I plan on putting some OBS tutorials out, as well as more Words Are Hard. I'm really enjoying these segments with all my friends that I bring onto the channel. And the other thing that I'm going to be adding, I don't know what I'm going to be reacting to, but I think it would be fun to have some react videos as well. So just know that I am trying my best, and I will provide you with the best quality content that I possibly can. Let's go ahead and see what in the world. I feel like she's monsters. Oh my god!
Let's get up for the hot dog club.
No.
Oh god, makes for a hot dog real bad.
I can't stop. I can't top that. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you for. That was so worth it. Oh my god, you got me snorting. Oh, I don't snort. Oh, that's so weird. Oh, I can't beat that. I mean, should I still do my impression, or do you want to even see it? Like, I would
love to see it.
Okay, I guess I'll try. If you haven't seen Master of Disguise, it's a great film. Go watch it. All right, I'm gonna try. All right, turtle. Okay, I can do this. Here we go. Turtle, I'm turtle, I'm a turtle. I'm a silly turtle.
No.
There you go. That's.
I love it.
I can't beat the hot dog. And then on top of that, is it Jennifer Coolidge? Is that her name?
Yeah, Jennifer
Oh
Coolidge.
my god, that impression was on par, by the
I
way.
don't have a jacket, but I looked over and I was like,
You got a hot dog!
Yeah, I have a hot dog costume. I can make it work.
Am I hot dog enough for the hot dog club?
And he just little.
So, okay, all right, like, I have questions written down, but now, because I'm sitting down talking with you, I have a few, no, you're fine.
Trail all conversations. I do
This
apologize.
is, no, this is fantastic. You've been an absolute fantastic guest. This is good. So, all right, now I want to step it back a little bit, okay?
Sure.
You said about, being a content creator since that is, I can't say that. You know, I can't. Mine was really basic video game designer. You know, which they had like 3D modeling. I did make a game, but you know, I didn't.
Cool, I didn't know
It,
that.
I did, yeah. They had like a really old program, like the really old PCs, and it was like a 3D model of like what I did was I had a rectangle. I added wheels to it, and then I added a block. I trimmed it up to look like a truck, and I made the truck drive, and then I put pavement down, and it was a driving game. It was sort of like you remember those arcade games where like you're driving down the road, you're trying to dodge things. I created that back when I was in 6th grade or 7th grade. 7th grade is what it was.
Oh, heck yeah.
So like yeah, so I wanted to be that, and then I got older and things happened. But back to you. It goes back and forth because I was always had I've had guests on before and they'll ask me things. It's like, oh yeah, you know, we get to learn something about
I
both
like
of
learning
us.
things about you too. Okay, this
It's
is
a
a
two-way.
one-on-one conversation.
It is a two-way street.
Get information. We're all happy here, right?
Awkward monsters, everybody. I'm just saying, like, amazing. Like, you just can't beat this. It's absolutely golden. All right, but my question for you is, you was talking about music. I did not know that you played any instruments. So, like, what all instruments did you play, and what was your most memorable moment with an instrument?
I was never fully fluent, if that's the right word, with an instrument. I just knew enough to be able to do the things that I wanted to do. Um, I used to be a first chair flautist. I played the flute.
Wait,
Uh,
you was in band too? I was in band.
Yeah.
I played trumpet.
Yep. I played the flute.
I did the like the you know.
Yeah. The face.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. We didn't really make those faces. Like, I don't know why. It's like it's so stereotypical. But okay, so you played the flute, and you don't
Yep.
want to say you didn't play it fluently, but you was in band. Like, did you not stay in band? Is it not something you
I
pursued,
didn't
or
say it, but yeah, it wasn't
okay,
anything that I pursued. I pursued other things. So technically, I've taken piano lessons. I did the flute. I've attempted to teach myself ukulele a couple of times. I still have a ukulele that I do still try to teach myself, but I lost my tuner, so I haven't played in a hot minute. And then I did a lot of singing. I did a lot of harmonizing. And I helped a lot with like the like writing of the music or the writing of the lyrics and things when we would write songs together for my friend and I.
okay? So singer, musician, creating projects that are still being used that you're proud. I mean, is there anything that you can't? I mean, like this is like. I mean, I'm not. You know, I'm not trying to over exaggerate. Like that is a lot of skills that you know. When people say like we don't have a lot of skills, that's incredible. Awkward. Like
I don't know how to juggle.
I don't know
Sorry
how
to
to juggle
disappoint
either.
you.
You're not.
I
You're
don't
not.
know
I'm.
how to juggle.
I
I'm so sorry.
feel. I feel very distraught. I think that I I don't know what's happening in my brain anymore. Like I just, you know, you ever feel like those lonely moments when you knew someone and then like you're giving them a compliment about their talents and then just all goes into their head and you don't know
You need
and you're just
everything
lost.
gray with the water falling down. They ask you how
Oh,
you're doing.
I don't. I know.
You're not fine.
I know what you're talking. We're not gonna. No, that's a. I might. Maybe I'll. Maybe.
No, I'm just saying.
Maybe I'll do it next time. Oh.
It's a really good bit. If you can make it work, it's a good bit.
I do have that bit. It's just I have to do the things.
But
Okay.
the most
Yeah.
memorable moment with an instrument was my friend and I did end up playing our own show of us as a band at a coffee shop
Get out
one
of
time.
town.
That was
Really?
pretty cool. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. I bet that was delightful. Well, now, the kind of music, you know, a flute. Now, what did she play?
Oh, at that time, we weren't. I wasn't playing the flute for that.
Oh.
Our band was like guitar, ukulele, keyboard, singing. It wasn't. It wasn't the flute stuff. That
So
would
how?
be much harder.
So did it not last that long, or was there only one gig and then like things didn't work out, or?
So it was a matter of we were like in junior high and high school at the time,
Gotcha.
and like So, my friend's dad is actually a musician, still is, and
Uh-huh.
so is my friend. They've
Okay.
they've done albums, they've done tons of concerts and shows, they've opened for, like, bigger
That's
names I know.
amazing.
It's just a thing that, like, when we were younger, it was really cool, something that we really enjoyed doing, and we just, like, never stuck with it because we were just kids playing around, you know? And as we got older into high school, we're still friends. I actually was just talking to her earlier today before I did this. But,
Oh,
like, I'm still friends with them, and, we still talk all the time, and we both still do things creatively, and it's just a matter of when you're in high school, you start to, like, drift apart, so the band
yes.
never continued to happen, but we both still continued with our creative endeavors, if that
I'm
makes
so
sense.
happy. Your story is very impactful. I want you to know that because like you now this is the same friend that you was talking content creating back when you were kids, right?
Mhm.
So I think that
We've known
is
each other since we were 4.
since you were 4.
Mhm.
That is a very long time indeed. So you both okay, so you both, as kids, you're like, hey, content creating is what we want to do, and you're both doing it. Content
Mhm.
creating is still a form of art that because you are creating, content with live production, the concerts, the lights. It is a performance. So she's doing that. You're doing this.
Mhm.
With Twitch streaming and everything else. And I'm proud of y'all. I don't even know who your friend is, and like that's just. I mean, it's a powerful story. It is. That's
Thank you, I
awesome. You should be proud. Like you both. Like that's incredible, and I'm glad that you're still, staying in touch. Especially like right before this show. That's the timing was just there. Now, now we're gonna get to the fun part. Well, this has all been fun, honestly. I can't deny that, but we are going to show a
never
clip.
come into the madhouse, I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, that's that's very true. You're not wrong there. You're not wrong there. So I have a clip
Mhm.
that was sent
Uh-huh.
to us, and you know what when people say they're a professional gamer, right? Like I hear you're the top, notch gamer, like right out there, top like what 10%, 1%. Like you're just out of the world
Easily. Kids
easily.
calling me on a daily, I don't know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
oh, okay.
Cloud
Well,
9 also just being like, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm just like, "Sorry, I'm
sorry, I'm just too busy because
sorry,
I'm
super
like
busy."
a professional. So we actually are going to show that video and then we'll come
Absolutely.
back and then we're going to talk about it.
I'm a professional. Ah, professional! I died.
I can't tell you like when you when you sent me this clip.
No, 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 no.
I'm a professional. I'm a professional. I died.
I'm a professional.
The-
Just instant headshot as they come through the doorway.
The
Just on
timing
the
couldn't
floor.
have been more perfect. Like you hear it all the time, like, oh yeah, professional streamer, oh yeah, professional gamer. Our timing, I don't know if it's the universe trying to yell at us to like tell us to tone it down, but I swear every time I've said it, something has happened. And that, like, maybe not in that moment, but like in that day, something
Mhm.
happened.
Like,
Um,
"Oh, hey, you think you're doing pretty good right now at this game that you're playing? Let's just knock you down a couple of notches there, bud. Let's just bring you down a little bit, okay?"
No, no, no.
we need to we need to be on the same playing field, right?
Right? Yeah.
God. So, in that clip, I believe he was playing Apex, so competitive games and everything like
That
that.
was Valorant,
That was
actually.
Valorant. Never mind. That tells you I don't play those
But
games.
Apex and Valorant do have some kind of sort of similarities, so, like,
All
I
right.
can't blame you for that.
Yeah, absolutely. So to go into
Sure.
our next keep the ball rolling sort of, I I actually have a challenge. So every time I bring someone onto the show, we do this challenge. Are you ready to hear the challenge? Are you
I'm
sure?
ready for the
Are
challenge.
you sure about this?
Yes.
Okay.
As I just I'm absolutely ready.
All right. Beautiful. So, find the nearest object and try to balance it on your nose as best as you can. This object can be a pen. It can be something simple, or you can challenge yourself, but you have to do it. And it has to stay on your nose. At
For how long?
least 3 seconds.
Okay. I think I can balance a goose.
You think you can do it?
I can balance a goose.
Okay, all right. So I believe in the you that believes in me. Let's. Oh my God! What? Why did you choose? Awkward? Are you? It's.
No, I got this. I got this. Hold on. I just gotta
Are you
find
sure?
the spot.
Are you?
I just
Are you?
gotta find
I
the
mean,
spot.
yeah. You just gotta. It's a.
I'm gonna touch my forehead.
I mean, if that's what. Okay, no, that was good. That was good. Okay.
Ready?
Oh, you're gonna do the glasses? Okay. Oh.
I did it backwards though. I did it backwards, so it counts.
Okay, backwards. All right. I'll at 1, 2, 3. Let's go. All right. All right. GG's. Okay.
I have to try with the
Crap.
goose.
All right. Well,
I
you did it. You did it. You did it
Okay.
with backward glasses. So I will. I guess it's like this. So I will attempt to as well.
I believe in you.
Okay. You just gotta.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wait. I wanna.
You got this.
1, 2, 3. Oh, good.
You did it. See?
Hooray! We both wow, we did it.
Did it.
So down in the comments below, choose who had the more style. Like, you know, I think Awkward hands down with the duck and the goose. Like, she was like absolutely performed 10 out of 10. But comment down below which one you think was better. You know, let's hear there are a couple of responses. And remember, if you made it this far, don't point at me. I point at you. Yeah, she's Awkward. All right. But if you've enjoyed the video so far, like I said, we both are Twitch streamers. Both of our links, all platforms will be listed down below in the description. And feel free to slap that subscribe button for some more Words Are Hard content as well in the future with that notification bell. So, moving to what's up?
Punch the subscribe button in the face.
Punch it right in the face with a ghetto shield bash, all right? And, you know, the axe, throw it at the like button, all right? Now, I'm not saying to do that at your monitor. I am not reliable for anything you do with that information. That is of your own tuition, so, yeah, keep that in mind. All right, so,
It's a joke.
it is. Do not take me seriously, please.
Please don't actually throw an axe at your monitor. We will not be held
Yes.
responsible. Thank you.
I love the little ad. Yeah. God. Okay, so to dive a little bit deeper into you and your life and your brain, is there any hobbies that you like to do to relax, like to take some time away from the internet, because it can be overwhelming, as we both, you know it can be. So, like, what hobbies would you say that you have? It could be walking, it could be, honestly, it could even be playing video games away from everybody by yourself. What would you say you have?
I do play video games offline a lot, both by myself and also just like with my friends or my significant other. I also I used to bake a lot. I haven't recently because I don't have a mixer right now. My mixer is back in Arizona. So I gotta
Oh
get my mixer.
no!
Yeah, my dad's
We
got
got.
it,
I'll
so
buy you a mixer. I'll get you one. And then when I come and visit, we can bake cookies. Macadamia nut cookies are my favorite.
I actually used to be a cake decorator. Fun fact of the day. Yeah.
Okay, let's dive into that. How did that,
Okay.
like, where did, okay, let's dive even deeper. So, baking was one of those. What even got you into baking? Was it a relative, a grandmama, like, of your mom, or?
My dad and I would watch the Food Network channel together all the time.
Nice.
And so watching the Food Network channel with my dad and I used to watch American Idol together too, which was part of the reason why I sang so much. But I took a baking slash cake decorating like summer school class between 6th grade and 7th grade. And I got like second place. And I was like, wow, I'm so good at this. I'm going to make my own cafe. Since I was in the 5th grade, I've been wanting to start a cafe. It was going to be called BB's Cafe. And I was gonna have like desserts and sweets and coffee, and then it was gonna be a 2-story building. The second floor was gonna have a little library where there's like, places for you to like read or like play some simple games and stuff like that. Uh,
So it'd be like board games, sort of like, and just like kind of like a lo-fi kind of setting. That sounds really delightful.
card games and stuff, yeah.
So
But so
is it still like a dream or?
it's still something that eventually I would like to do. So here's the fun thing that I know you don't know about me, MBK.
Oh,
I actually started my own baking business back before COVID started, but
oh,
unfortunately, I got everything up and running and going right as COVID hit. And so thousands of business
oh,
and all kinds of stuff kind of just got pushed to the side because nobody was doing cakes and
right,
events
yeah,
and things.
yeah.
So
It was
right
during a
when I
very
started
difficult
to build the
time.
momentum, it kind of just like it fell off and I stopped kind of doing that stuff. And that's when I started playing more video games and I started getting into my streaming and everything and started doing more stuff online because I couldn't do my baking business anymore. But originally, I wanted to start doing baked goods. I wanted to get a food truck. And then my food truck was going to be for taking baked goods to like different conventions, whether it was like a Comic Con kind of a thing,
Nice.
anime convention, and then
Yeah,
I would theme the menu based on what event it was. So if it was like a gem show, I could have like little rock cookies, little crystal cookies.
I
If it was
love
like
that.
anime convention, I could have like little Dragon Balls and stuff.
Yeah,
Like I was gonna theme everything based on whatever the event was. And then do farmers markets on the weekends where I could do breads and just like regular cookies and other like baked goods.
that's,
But
oh
I
my.
would love to be able to do that one day, but as of right now, it's still just like a dream that I once had that I just kind of pushed to the side because of COVID. So,
Well, now that everything's settling down, I mean, and I'm not trying to, push it on, the thought or anything, but I would definitely, look into that because that is a very unique idea. To be able to change the menu, most people that own their own business, they stick with what they have, right? And then they'll adapt over time, but they don't change it depending on the event they go to. They'll keep it the exact same because they don't want to go through the hassle of reprinting the menus and then, resealing them, just the whole process of it. Well, what you have in mind is something that I've never even heard of. Like having a food truck and going to this convention. Okay, here's my menu. I make little Dragon Ball, Dragon Balls from Dragon Ball Z, or Naruto, or like kunai, like cookies. Like I don't know if that probably wouldn't be a good idea. Like now that I think about it, that's probably dumb. Cause like, cause a kunai is point. I didn't think about that one.
great, because then you get their cookies at cookies.
I mean, that's true. That's true. But overall, with cookies, so baking, I did not know that. That is something nice to learn about you. That's incredible. I can't wait till you get back to baking. Hey, Arizona, give my friend back her mixer. Like for the love of God, like she needs a mixer. She's got to bake some. She got to bake me some
$200
cookies.
mixer, so I can't just go replacing it.
I'm
'cause it's
sorry.
a
I'm
very
sorry.
Grenades are expensive, my friend.
Did you just?
Yeah.
Did you say $200?
$100.
200. What kind of? Man, these cookies must be magically delicious if it costs $200. Like, good googly moogly. I hope you're getting your money's worth out of it. God dang, that's insane.
I mean, I'm not right now, but I have used it a lot, so. And you can do more
Fair.
things than just cookies, so it's fine. Don't worry, it's fine. Everything's fine.
I'm sure.
Bread.
I'm not bashing. That's just, I guess you just don't think about these things, when you've
Yeah.
never done it. So okay.
A lot of people don't think about like the price of like audio equipment and stuff either until you go to do it and you're like,
Yeah,
So-
yeah, that's definitely
yeah,
true.
people don't
That's
realize how expensive magic cards are until you go to build your own deck for the first time and you're like, wow, why do people have this as a hobby?
So, well, speaking of hobbies, there is one that we haven't covered, which I do want to talk about real quick, and that is I've seen you draw. Okay. I have seen you draw, and you have this wheel. You want to explain like that whole process of you drawing your community member? I think that's one thing I wanted to bring up because you drew me, as Dexter Viking. Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory, which I still have, which is absolutely phenomenal. I'll bring it up here in a little bit, but you know what like these ideas that you come up with, which we're gonna be kind of like talking about, with the drawing of the community members, you know, and they give you like a theme, and you know you kind of like phase it all together because you know them. Like, where'd that idea come from?
So what happened is I never took any kind of like formal art classes at all when I was in school or anything. I always regretted not taking an art class, but I always really enjoyed art. I've been drawing since I can even remember. And I thought that a really fun way to be able to expand my knowledge and expand my like my what's the word I'm trying to think of? To expand my knowledge and expand my like art expertise, I guess, and try new art forms would be, hey, I'm gonna make a wheel. Originally, the idea was I was gonna make a wheel with a bunch of different cartoons on it, and then I was gonna draw a bunch of different versions of myself in different cartoon forms. And I was like, well, that's great, but like, how can I get my community involved in it? You know, so it's not just like, oh yeah, she just drawing a picture of herself, you know? So I started doing a thing where I have a chatter wheel. So we'll play a little dancey dance song. We'll do a little dance, you know, do a little jam, and everybody will spam emotes.
Do a
And
little jam, make a little love, get down tonight, round and you got it. Wait, what'd you say?
and I draw your face. That's what I said.
And I love your face.
Yes. We spin the chatter wheel to pick a person.
Yeah.
And then I have a separate wheel with all of the art forms from like different cartoons on it. And I spin that wheel once we get our winner. And so then I draw that person from the community as if they would be like what my brain thinks they would look like if they were in that TV show.
Which we have. You drew me.
Yes,
Which
I
I'm gonna
do.
show everybody. This is me, Dexter Laboratory, in the episode where there was different versions of him and the stronger one. So this is which I love this. This is like claps. Like come on everybody. Like this is, I mean, she got the shield, because I actually do have it. I mean, like the detail and everything. You did absolutely incredible, and I couldn't thank you enough. Yeah.
I was so excited to draw you. I feel like that was like one of the bonding moments that we had, you know, being able to draw, getting to draw you. I think was one of those bonding moments for me where we kind of
Absolutely.
have like a little more. I don't know how to say it, but you
Like
know what I'm saying.
I would say like chatting back and forth, because usually like when you go to another friend's stream, you know, you ask like the simple things, and then like when your friend's doing something like a little bit different than normal, you know, like the other night when I'm doing like Beat Saber and VR, you know,
So
and
much
like
fun. I loved
it
watching
was
Beat Saber.
such a blast.
We
That
have to play
was
Beat Saber together sometime, by the way. I
yes,
have
we need
Beat
to make
Saber.
this happen.
We gotta play sometime. I wanted to say it, but I was like, "Well, you're really busy, and you're
No,
doing
there
the
was
Beat Saber."
there was a lot of my friends
I'll
like
just
saying that.
message him
Yeah.
afterwards. I love Beat Saber so much. I found the VeggieTales theme song
No.
in one of my episodes, and my his cheeseburger. Yes, it's a cheeseburger. I found it so
Literally, my brain just like going back to all those childhood
The
memories.
possibilities are endless with Beat Saber, so we have to play together sometime. I'm sorry. Okay.
No, you know, you're absolutely fine. But I do have another clip I want to show everybody. So to my knowledge, to this day, I've never heard of a thing called a potato burp. And it's exactly what I'm saying. So we're gonna show this clip, and then you know you can go into detail, or you could just not, and we just leave it at that. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's get that clip going, shall we?
I'm a potato.
I'm a potato.
Oh, no, 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 no.
I'm a potato.
it's just like I'm a potato. Like it,
Burping is a very big thing for me. I know that some
so
people
you're not
feel
ashamed.
grossed
You're
out.
not ashamed. Like when it comes to natural things with the body, you're just like, you know what? Like this is me. Like
As weird as it's gonna sound, burping has become almost part of my brand at this point. My channel points are actually called burps. So you gain burps, and
I
that's
saw
why
that.
when you
Yeah,
channel point, it's Shrek saying "better out than in." I always say because you're using your burps.
I I love that.
Yeah, because I never used to be able to burp when I was little. My sister could, my older sister, and I was like, wow, like those are such big burps. Like I don't understand how she burps so much. And now that I'm the age that my sister was when I was younger, I'm like, oh
So you
wow,
were.
now I understand it. I guess the
It's
burps come
the
with me. Now I just burp all the time. I even have a merch T-shirt that says "If you ain't slurping, you ain't burping."
Oh.
Because whenever I drink out of a can, I do the nice can crack in the mic, and then we
Oh
do a
yeah.
first slurp. You have to do a slurp the first time you open a
You
can.
gotta, yeah, no, slurp, slurp, right? You gotta give a slurp,
Yeah.
slurp with the burps. I love it.
Mhm.
The things we think about when we're younger, like, how do I burp like that? Or mine was, my grandmother would whistle. She used to have a bird. I don't remember what type of bird it was. Maybe a parakeet. I'm not really sure. But she would whistle. And then, like, the little bird, his name was Gizmo, would get on her glasses, and she didn't care. Like, she would just, and she would whistle, and like that was like, wow, that's so cool. Because as a kid, you're like a sponge, just like trying to like learn all like these different things like all at once. Which leads me to my next question. With when you were younger, other than the burps, like, is there anything that you kind of like just random like, wow, that's cool, and then you think about it now, it's like, why did I think about this? Like, why was this in my brain that you absorbed? If not, we can move on, and we can come back to this.
My oldest sister, uh, who isn't actually my sister. I have a very complicated family, but my oldest sister, who's not technically blood related to me, um, when she was living with us, her room was painted all black, and she had those like the like stars like these, but like the glow in the dark stars all over the roof. And I was like, "Oh my god, it's like a galaxy in there. Like it's so cool." And
I
like
know
now that I'm an
exactly what you're
adult,
talking about.
I'm like, those glow in the dark stars are pretty shitty and pretty lame looking now as an adult. But like when I was a kid, I was like, "Whoa, it's like we're there," you know? Like I was like, "Oh my goodness," you
I was the
know?
exact same way,
So
especially with Toy
funny.
Story and Buzz Lightyear.
Mhm.
To infinity and beyond. Like I had, Woody, I had Buzz Lightyear, and everything else. So yeah, it's crazy perspective, when you're a kid and then
Yeah.
you're an adult. It's like it looks like gum. That's what it looks like. The little stars, it looked like
Yeah.
gum was attached to it, and you just slapped it. I'm like,
Yeah.
like it's just nasty. It's nasty,
Mhm.
right? So we've talked about a lot so far, like as a kid, you wanted to be a content creator. You and your friend are now living your dreams, which is again absolutely phenomenal. I love that story. I've heard a lot of stories on the show. All of them are great, but that one is really, really hits the heart.
I
Now,
appreciate
yeah, and thank you for sharing. Really, that's like I love that. The next thing I wanted to talk about was memorable moments that happen in this industry. Do you have any that stick out? It could be charity events, playing games with friends, collab streams, and to go along with that question, events that you host in your channel. You could talk about that as well. So I know that was a lot I just threw at you, so we'll start off with like something that was
I've got a
really memorable.
handful
Okay.
in my noggin.
All
So
right.
I will say one of the things that was the most memorable for me that someone in chat said, that was just like a memorable moment. I instantly cried. I don't know if you know this or not, but I've been trying to get into the realm of voice acting. It's another dream that I've had since I was little. I've always wanted to be a cartoon. And so I'm trying to get into voice acting and things like that. And so I do silly voices. I've got like a channel point that's like, the lady of many voices, and you give me something and I give it my best shot. I'm really bad at most of them, but like sometimes it's a good time. And I had someone from the community who I have known for a little while, who I kind of looked up to, who just randomly one day we were just having some good times, good vibes, and they just came in randomly and they're like, I love it here so much. And they're like, you're like a younger female version of Robin Williams, and I love it here. And I'm getting emotional just thinking about it. I instantly started crying. Um, because I looked up to Robin Williams a lot as a child, and like watching
You
like
too?
Aladdin and
Oh my
all of these
God.
other things that he was
Awkward.
in. I
I'm
I
not even
looked up
kidding.
to Robin Williams a lot. Um so that meant a lot to me, and I had someone else say that, like, this show's like having, like, Nickelodeon cartoons, like, got punched in the face by an esports company or something, and it just, like, it just it just
I
made me
love that
laugh,
man.
and so I loved those things, and they were being so sweet, and everybody was just, it was just one of those, like, very heartfelt moments on stream, but I was full crying. It meant so much to me that someone would say those kinds of things. And I just, that was very memorable for me. And I will probably hold on to that for the rest of my life because that was a big, big deal for me. Um,
It's
I'm
crazy.
okay.
I'm
I'm
not
not gonna
saying
get
this.
emotional. I'm
I'm not
okay.
saying this because you just said it. I swear to you. Robin Williams, still to this day.
Yeah.
I want to bring happiness to the world. One of his quotes, you might actually know this one. Tomorrow, or it's the quote is, "You don't know what you're doing tomorrow. How exciting." That quote resonates with me so much because in our day-to-day lives, especially as content creators, you're scheduling events like this one that we scheduled. The calendar builds up. My calendar's full. I have 2 days off a month. I'm not gonna lie to anybody. It is a lot. But I love what I do. It's like when you're doing it, like the editing and everything else is like yeah, it's a process, but you still enjoy it. And then like the finished product, it's like it was so worth it.
It was
But it's like
all
in the
worth
moment.
this
It's in the moment,
moment.
like right here. So that's we have. I mean, like we're already friends, but like I mean, it just. I'm so
Isn't it
happy that
crazy how much you learn about? Like, it's just
I that was
crazy.
one thing. I was like, how can I have a show but also get to know my friends even more because of our busy lifestyles, and then when we do that, then we do more events together, and then we get closer and closer in our relationship, and then we hang out, and we do silly things, and I just love it. It's a beautiful thing that and I've been saying since day one. I've been doing this for 4 years myself. I've been saying since day one. It's just finding good people, and you are,
Absolutely.
I want to say, you're a diamond. You're a diamond in the rough. I'm glad I met you. I'm glad I met Nar. You're both amazing, beautiful human beings. Which leads me to
I'm gonna need
something.
you to chill out with
All
that, my
right.
friend.
Oh no, don't
No,
know.
no,
You're
I'm fine, I'm
fine.
fine, I'm
Oh,
fine,
I
I'm
saw it.
fine. You
Tell
didn't
those,
see nothing.
you tell
You
those tears to get back up in those eyes. You tell. I mean, just amazing. But to break up the mood, I do have something that you sent me that I want to kind of wrap everything up with. Gonna go a little bit over on this video. For those of you that do watch these, I thank you, but this one's gonna be a little bit longer due to the fact that I mean, when it's going this good, you just don't want to stop the ball rolling, right?
Sorry, friends.
No, you're fine. You had nothing to be sorry
Own it.
for. But so being a drawler, okay.
Mhm.
Everybody knows a man, the myth, the legend, Bob Ross. Okay, Bob Ross is amazing. I've always wanted to do his cosplay. I've seen my friends do it. It looks like so much fun. We have a clip of you with Bob Ross that we are actually going to show everybody real quick, and then I want you to talk about it. So hey, Kenny, let's play that clip.
Vogue. This is Vogue. Have you ever heard of Vogue? Because this is it. I'm just
Vogue. More like I don't know what. Okay, real quick. I have to. Oh yes, yes. Like look at this. Like this right here is perfection at its finest. Absolutely
Vogue,
great.
have you ever heard of it?
So Vogue, what is that? I watched all these clips before we started this. What is Vogue exactly?
I have a vague memory from some kind of a movie or a show or something at some point when I was younger, and they were doing like this kind of a thing, and they were doing
Oh, I
like a
like that.
They
Okay.
were saying like it was
So
Vogue.
so
I
so
don't.
so like kind of dancing, like just.
Vogue is supposed to be like super
Oh.
like a model
Oh.
kind of a thing, like Vogue
Oh.
magazine.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, you know, you gotta
Like
put your like, hey,
stuff like that. Yeah,
like you gotta give that
something
look,
like that.
you know, like.
To smolder a little
Do,
bit.
do, do you have like a model like kind of pose like to go with it? No, you just kind of
All I
like
got. This
like
is
T
all I got.
pose. You got
Silly
T
ass
pose.
dudes.
You want a T pose? Like T just. It's so good. I love it. So with Bob Ross and events like that, you know, like these ideas again, like, you know, is it just like you just want to do it? Are you sporadic? Is it like, you know, you're like, you know what? I don't care. I think this would be fun. I think, you know, my community would enjoy this. I think everybody could have fun with this. And that's where like content creating goes, really, which again, we're kind of doing a double clip. So Bob Ross is only one of the events that you've done. You've also
Yeah.
done birthday, which I was a part of, which I was love to be a part of, and we did karaoke, which leads us to our next one. Yes, so we're gonna go ahead and we are going to play this karaoke clip. Obviously, due to
Yeah.
copyright. Do you mind if you can give us some improv of like
I would
what
love
kind of?
to. I
All
would
right,
love nothing more.
all right. Let's go ahead and play this video.
So in this one, I'm trying to basically do a Midwestern accent. So I'm like, am I the only one? You betcha. You gotta do the hand in there. Am I sexual? You betcha. With a little wink. Nailed it. Absolutely killed it. So what that was basically we were doing a karaoke event. I had been doing karaoke for 9 hours. That was I believe that was from my first ever karaoke event that I did. Yeah. 9 hours of karaoke. Your voice starts to get pretty tired. I already had been sick earlier that week, and so I already knew that my voice was gonna be absolutely shot. And so I started doing my little voices and impressions and things as like the lyrics. So I was like, "Oh, what are you doing?" You know, like little voices. There's one where I'm like, "Hey," I don't remember what the song was. I have a clip of that too, where I was like, "Hey, it'd be nice if you do the thing."
Oh my
Like,
God, I love it.
I did different voices to like keep it
And,
going.
and it
because-
also kind of goes with the voice acting because like when you host it made me like I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous, but you did so well to make people comfortable. You know, it was like it's karaoke's about having fun. I host karaoke events myself. It is a lot of fun, you know, to get people out. And when they see you goof off, they feel more comfortable. And like they'll be like at first, oh, I don't want to sing, but then you provide like that environment where you're like, hey, this is safe, like we're just goofing off, this isn't America's Got Talent, it's not America's
You don't get
Idol.
the perfect no, like that's okay. Like
Yeah.
embrace it. Keep doing your thing. Do you think I can hit every note perfectly? Absolutely not. Do you think if I've been streaming for multiple hours that I'm going to be able to have the voice of an angel?
You did it.
Absolutely not.
9 hours, like
No.
how like what was
9
your
hours.
like what, like that's insane. I feel like that's really, was you okay
Well,
afterwards? Like I feel like a little bit concerned for that because
So I have you might already know this trick.
oh,
But
okay.
I have a container next to my desk that has like I have cough drops at my desk at all times to take care of my vocal cords.
Now
I've
does
got, like,
that
other
does that
hard
help?
candies
I
and
have
things.
that problem sometimes when I'm like you know me, you know,
Yeah.
"Sir," like you had that kind of grunge kind of voice and
And I'm like,
yeah,
how does he do that so much? Like
Uh,
my voice would be shot.
Honestly, after a while, like doing that grunge, I've had to train my voice. So like I'll be in the shower, right, and like I'll practice while I'm in the shower, because I do voice impressions as well. And I'm not that good at them. I do them for fun.
No, you're great.
But, oh well,
We all
I
do it for fun.
appreciate
You're great. Great.
I appreciate that. But that it's just events like that. This is Awkward Monsters, everybody. She's absolutely amazing. The last question I have for you, and this is a kind of deep. I always ask this question because I like getting different perspectives.
Okay.
If you had any advice, like how long have you been content creating, would you say? Roughly.
I've been streaming on Twitch for a little over 2 years, probably. Close to 2.5.
But content creating, you've really done it your entire life. If you really think about
Technically, I've been doing it since I was in junior high.
Right.
I didn't really do a whole lot with it when I was younger, but we made it and we would edit them and everything. And I have them all on my computer.
Right.
We didn't post them when we were younger.
So
Well, not
I'll
all.
say I'll say like I'll change up the question a little bit. If there's any advice that you want to give to someone that's trying to become a content creator, whether that's streaming, could be Instagram, there's different types and forms of content creation. What
Absolutely.
advice would you give to someone 2023, like this day and age with so much technology and platforms?
Honestly, the biggest advice that I can give to anybody who wants to do any form of content creation, regardless if it's video making, if it's photos, or whatever else it might be, make sure that you are still enjoying the content that you're making. Because if it's just like a regular job, if you hate your job, then why are you there? You should move on to things that are going to make you happy and be things that you can be passionate about, and be excited about, and be motivated about. If you're passionate and excited, and you're putting that into your content creation, then you're doing something right. Because if you're enjoying it, your viewers or whoever else is going to be seeing it are also going to enjoy it. And that's the best advice that I can give anyone, is make sure that you are having a good time, that you're enjoying what you're doing.
There's a lot of time and effort that goes into it. I couldn't have said it better myself. Awkward. I honestly had a absolute blast with you. Thank you so much for giving your time to be here with all of us. Everybody that's here, whether, wherever you might be watching this video, thank you for giving your time to me and to Awkward and to this channel. Again, slap that subscribe button. It really helps out. I'm trying my best with these videos to, provide like the best quality content for each and every single one of y'all and the best experience that I can. But at that moment, we are going to go ahead and head out. This is Words Are Hard. Awkward Monsters, you've been an absolute legend. Can we get another round of applause for Awkward Monsters? Thank you again for being here. Y'all have been absolutely amazing. Make sure you slap that like button, grab your shield, bash that subscribe button, and thank you again. Comment down below if you yourself would like to be on the show, if you're a content creator, and I'll get to know you. We'll make it happen. My name is Mad Viking King, and this is Words Are Hard. I'll see you guys next time. Awkward, thank you again. I love your face. Take care, everybody. Be safe, be kind, be courteous to one another. And as always, till Valhalla!